Hey guys, thanks for tuning in today. We got a video here on transplanting some small seedlings. This one's a little backdated. I filmed this about a month and a half ago, but just had so much going on right now trying to get the garden going and growing all the seedlings out to bring into the farmer's market. So there's going to be a few more videos coming that'll start getting us up to date hopefully. But here's a little video on me doing some transplants from the first transplant from seedling up into the cells. Hope you enjoy it. Thanks. All right, so we're going to fill some of these little 9-packs. I took my 72 cell grid and cut them into little 9-packs. That way, if things germinate at different rates of speed, I can take a whole one of those out of there and not have to wait for the other ones that aren't germinated yet to be coming up, because that can get frustrating. So we're just going to take some of the potting soil that I made. This is the stuff that, go back and look at my other videos. So I've taken my germination medium and added some compost to it, some mushroom compost, and the Espoma biotone, which has mycorrhiza and other fungi in it. So we need to start giving these plants some actual food. So basically just gonna fill this guy up lightly, and this is the way I've pretty much kind of always done it. I just take my other cell, just give it a light little pack down. We're not packing this hard. We need those roots to be able to grow on there, but that's pretty much it right there. Leaving enough room to, once we poke a little pencil down in there and put the seedling down in there, that it'll be up near the surface by that time. And so that's about what I do right there. Dude, get through a bunch of these real quick. All right, so that took about 1 minute. Got those all full. We're going to go back inside and transplant those little seedlings into these cells. All right, so we're going to do a little transplanting today. I normally would not be doing transplants with starts this small, but we're heading out of town for a week. New granddaughter, 3 weeks old. Can't wait to meet her. And so normally I'd wait for these to get a little bit bigger, but I've got so many in here. I like to do a kind of a mass germination instead of putting 2 seeds in every single one of these and having to either snip one off or waste one, or basically waste seeds. I like to put a bunch of seeds in there. These were lettuce. I had thousands of them. That's why I did them so heavy. But and then when they come up, I can just separate them out and put them in one at a time. So then no matter what, I have one plant in every single cell. I'm doing them in these small cells too, because like I said, these aren't big enough to put into my big 6-packs yet, which I'll be selling them in. But I just need them in something while we're gone for a week to a week and a half, that they can still grow bigger than what they are in here and not get all twisted around each other. But now they have some food and stuff to actually start growing. So that's why I'm doing them so small, only because I have to. Normally I'd wait. So I've got some Nevada lettuce, which was something we grew a couple years ago, and it was really great. So I saved seeds on that. It was pretty heat tolerant. A real good, what do they call, kind of where you just keep taking off the outside leaves and it keeps growing. Don't have to cut off the whole head. I had some yellow chard. These are 2015 seeds that I saved from yellow chard. So again, old seeds still coming through for me. Store them properly, dry, dark place, and they'll last a long, long time. So those are 2015 seeds. So show you those. Again, small, but that's pretty much, I have to do it right now. So basically what I do is something like this. We're going to take the whole thing out of there. Look at that. You already got, those tiny little things already have roots all the way to the bottom. So we're going to go along here, my handy pencil, basically just do the old circular with all these. gonna just have to get that one tiny little, pretty much a single root down in that hole. All right, so this is where it's good to actually try and let them dry out just a teeny bit before you do this, because the cocoa coir and peat moss mixture will shake off a lot easier. But we're just going to grab these by the stems, and you can see that stuff just shakes off real nice. They're going to separate real nice because they're just individual roots. Try and handle them gently by the stem. One at a time. Again, picking your, I mean, look at that. That's actually some excellent, these are not very old, they're less than a week old, and they've literally got multiple roots coming out. I don't know if you can see that or not. But nice little root systems on them. This was the cocoa coir and peat moss mixture, hydrated with the Maxi Crop soluble seaweed, or what I call liquid seaweed. Another good thing about doing so many like this, pick your biggest, best, healthiest ones. You know, I got some that are still literally just popping out of the soil, germinating. They're probably a little bit lower in the soil when I planted them. But so we're just going to go along and keep putting these in. All right, so we got that first half done. There's the lettuces. Move on to the chard. All right, decided to do one more extra cell of the lettuces because I know we're going to use and sell more lettuces than we probably are the yellow chard, because I have red chard also. So I got 3 more sets of cells here, and we'll get on with the yellow chard here. All right, so yellow chard are all done now. So now I'm going to take these and put them into a tray with some of that liquid seaweed and let them just soak up a little bit from the bottom. And they'll probably be good for another 3 or 4 days without water. So now they've got food, they're going to have some liquid seaweed, and now these guys can just start growing, and hopefully they'll be okay when we get back from our trip. All right, so we're going to take some of the Maxi Crop soluble seaweed. So that's a teaspoon per 1 gallon that they recommend. Looks basically just about like iced tea when you mix it to their recommendations. And we just take a cell, a block of cells, just drop it right in there. They're only going to be in here. This cocoa coir, peat moss mixture with the food in it, it's already moist. It's going to suck this stuff up super fast. These don't need to sit in there for 5 minutes. These will literally probably be in here for 1 minute. They will soak up plenty of moisture. The soil that I already put them in is moist. So suck up a little bit of this just so it gets some good moisture down in the roots. These roots went all the way to the bottom of the cells. They're pretty small, but they are long. So that root was able to get all the way to the bottom, be able to get some good growth out of those in about a week, week and a half. And then I will transplant them into the 6-packs that they'll be being sold in. You know, they're a nice 2-inch by 2-inch by 2.5-inch, I think. So they'll be able to become a plant that can then be transplanted into the ground in those 6-packs. But I just needed to do this to get by for a week, week and a half, just so they wouldn't get too leggy and too root bound inside those bulk potted pots. So then I'll also do some plants that get mature. I'll have them in individual pots like this too for the folks that just want single plants. or for ourselves, we'll grow them out a little bit bigger to end up putting them in the garden. So thanks for checking out the transplant video, and we'll hope you follow along and watch them in the grow station as they grow. Give me any likes or suggestions or comments on how you do stuff like this, and appreciate you coming along, and have a blessed day.